Hi, this is Rob Leo. In this brief tutorial, we're going to take a look at Google Drive. I'm here in the Chrome browser. I'm simply going to click on a new tab. And if you notice, there's an icon on the right of the screen. It looks like a grid. It's officially called the Google Apps Launcher. I'm going to refer to it as a waffle. And if you use that term with your students, they'll quickly know what you're talking about. So let's click the waffle. And you'll notice there's a link to Google Drive among other Google products as well. I can click that and go directly to Google Drive. Alternatively, you can always type in drive.google.com, and most Google products are named in such a way that it's the product.google.com, and you can get to Drive that way. Of course, you can also do a Google search and just type in Google Drive, and you should then see a link to what you're looking for. So 3 different ways to get to the same spot. Again, I prefer the waffle. I'm already logged in. I'm just going to click on my profile and sign out so you can see that process. But you'll be prompted to put in your username, and then you want to type in your password. You may, if you're working on a new computer, for example, you may get an email that says, hey, you see someone logged into your account. It's just Google security telling you that your account has been active. So here we are. Notice I already have some folders here on my main interface. I also have some loose documents that aren't organized in folders. Think of Google Drive simply as cloud storage. It really doesn't matter what device you're on. You simply log into an account to access your stuff. So even though you might be working on your computer at school, you could go home, log into your Google account on your home computer and access your stuff that way. You could use the Google Drive app on your phone, log into your account, and again, you can access your files that way as well. There's a menu on the left. Think of My Drive as the stuff that you made. It's the stuff you own. Think of Shared with Me as the stuff that someone else has created and has given you access to. Think of Recent as the stuff you most recently worked on. If you have a smartphone and have the Google Photos app, you could take pictures on your phone and they can automatically be stored on your account. I would encourage you to do that with your school account, but certainly with your personal account, you can have as many Google accounts as you like. Think of starred stuff as stuff that you bookmark, which we'll get into in a moment. And then, of course, you have trash. The nice thing about a school account, you have unlimited storage capacity. Right now, I've only used 311 megs. I could use 20 gigs if I wanted to. It really doesn't matter. On a school account, again, unlimited storage capacity. On a personal account, I believe you have 15 gigs of storage. You'll also want to notice some other things about the interface. Notice there's a grid view icon. If you hover the mouse over it, it'll tell you what it is. Grid view is kind of a preview of your documents. You can kind of see what they might look like. The different icons indicate different Google products. Notice I've got a Word document. I've got a Google Doc. Both are blue, indicating a word processor. I've got a green spreadsheet. I've got a Google form and so forth and so on. We'll talk about these momentarily. But I personally prefer list view because it gives me more information. It tells me the title of the document, tells me when it was last modified, tells me who owns it, and tells me how large the file is. If you'd like to get more information about a document, you could select it and click the I for information to view the details. You can see the activity, when it was created, when it was last edited. If you look at the details button, you can see whether or not it's been shared, what file type it is, how much storage it takes, where it's located, who owns it, when it was modified, when it was opened, and when it was created. You also have a settings wheel. And in your settings, you may want to convert documents. The nice thing about Google is it works well with other products. So you may want to convert a Word document, for example, to a Google-friendly format that you can then edit. You can automate this process by checking a box. I personally don't do that. Some documents I like to keep in Word. Some documents I don't. So I prefer to manually do that, which I'll show you momentarily. So let's start uploading files. Let me go back to My Drive. You'll notice, again, I've got several folders here. Notice the triangle. Think of that as opening and closing a drawer. I can see on my main menu the file structure that I have. If I want to create a new folder, for example, I can simply click the New button and select a new folder. I'm just going to call this the Demo folder. Create. You can see a new folder has been created. It's on my main interface. It's also on my menu. And again, I can open and close this drawer as needed. If I want to upload a file, I can select File Upload, and I can search my desktop. We're just going to pick a Word document for now. You can kind of see the progress. It's already done. It's uploaded. And let's say I want to organize my stuff. I could click this Word document, and I could drag it up to the top of my screen and place it into the demo folder that I just created. Notice the blue border indicates that's where it's going to drop. If you make a mistake and want to reorganize, and again, think of that drawer opening and closing. If I want to move this somewhere else, I can always place it in any one of the folders I've already created, or I can place it into my drive in general, which will remove it from folders and just place it into my drive. We're going to leave it here for now. Let's open it and take a look at it. Notice it's a Word document, and I'm not using Microsoft Office, so I can't edit. I can just look at it. It's view only. I could print it. I could download it. I could share it with somebody else by typing in their email address, which you'll learn soon. I could move it to a folder. I could bookmark it. I could rename it. I could look at the details. Notice also that I could open with Google Docs, and when I do so, there are some other files you may want, or some other programs you could possibly open it up with. But if I want to convert this to edit, I could click on it. A new tab will open, and the document will then be converted into a Google-friendly format with all the editing tools at my disposal. So now I've got two versions of the same document. If I just return back to the original screen, I've got animal research as a Word document. I've got animal research as a Google Doc. Again, the Word document, view only, and the Google-friendly version, a Google Doc with all of the editing tools so I can continue to work on this document. Let's just close those tabs. There's no save button, so no need to worry about any of that stuff. Let me just close the information as well. Let's say I want to bring an entire folder's worth of stuff into my account. Notice there's a folder upload option. I could click it. I could select the folder just like I selected a file, and I could click OK to open it up. I'm going to show you another technique you may be interested in. This document lives on my desktop, and I'm just going to move my my browser over. I've already prepared a folder called Google Drive Uploads. Let's say I want to do this quickly from my desktop to my Google Drive. Again, I could just drag it over Google Drive to place it into the My Drive space. Or, again, if you notice, the entire box is lit up here. This is going to go into the demo folder because that's the location that I'm looking at right now. I could also, again, place it in My Drive if I prefer, but let's just put it in the demo folder and upload the entire folder. There are 8 documents here. I've got a Word document, an Excel spreadsheet, a PowerPoint, a JPEG photo, a flip chart, and a video file, an MP4. Again, it doesn't matter what file type you're uploading. Again, Google Drive, simply storage, a virtual flash drive, if you will. You can store any type of document you want. And then when you get to a location where you need to open up something with software, for example, like a flip chart, you could download that file and open it up with the appropriate software. But again, Google Drive, thinking it again as simply a virtual storage space where you can store your files on your account. Let me pause this video for just a moment and wait for this to upload. Alrighty, so all 8 of my files have uploaded, and again, if I double click the folder, you can see all of the files I have inside. Notice that there is a video file here in MP4. This will play in Google. Since I just uploaded it, Google is taking a moment to process the video, again, to make it play directly in Google Drive itself. Of course, I could always pull it off the web and download it if I needed to. But as I mentioned, I had several file types here. PDF, just like our Word document, it's a view only. However, there are programs that can open up. I have not yet connected more apps, but there are programs that you could use to open up and annotate on top of PDFs. There is a photo file. That's my dog. We've got an Excel spreadsheet. Again, just like the Word document, this is not editable. However, I could convert it to a Google-friendly format. Google does have a spreadsheet tool. I have a PowerPoint. And again, I could open this with Google's PowerPoint friendly version, Google Slides. And again, print, download, and more. I have a flip chart. And again, no preview is available because this is not software. This is simply storage. So if I needed to, I could download that to whatever computer I'm working on and open it up with ActiveInspire. Just want to wait for this video file to come in so you can see how a video looks. Let me pause this once again. All right, it just took a moment to convert, and if I open this up, I can play this directly into in Google Drive itself. So let's just recap. Again, we're talking about Google Drive, drive.google.com. We know about the waffle. We can upload files, we can upload folders, and we can create new folders to organize our stuff. Thanks for listening, and when we come back, we're going to take a look at some of the other features that Google Drive has to offer. Hope you found this useful. Feel free to watch and rewatch as needed and pause as needed as well. Thanks for listening.